Why you are so sure that he will be back? Now this is dishonesty. How can you be certain? You are not certain about the next moment what will happen. So how you know that he will be back?
Because he's joining for me.
He's
So
joining
I'm
or not
sure-
joining, even he doesn't know he will be back. Whether that the next breath will be there or not, even he doesn't know. So when you are a spiritual seeker, you should be very alert. Otherwise you are carrying all your lies and all your bullshit all the time. If you are not even careful about the words which you use, how can you be careful about your moods and feelings and thoughts, and you can hear the still small voice within you? You are not even able to do this most grossest thing. How do you think you will be able to do? At least while you are in sadhana, you should be very careful about these things. Otherwise your lies will continue. You can never get rid of it. Whenever I try to increase my tempo, then you become, because you want to remain always lukewarm. Earlier you used to inform always that you are back, you are ready. When I told you that I will be speaking today, and I asked why you didn't inform. Your mind is so clouded with cobwebs. You said I have informed Bhupendra. If I was asking about Bhupendra, then I would have asked directly, have you informed him or not? That you can do, that is easy. But whether you are ready or not, your readiness is not that you have taken shower, it is inner readiness. If you don't be very sincere now, you will miss the boat, because you are living in such a society where there is no support for all those things, and you have lived your life in such a way earlier. There was no vivek in your life, no wisdom. You were doing anything, you were eating anything, totally unconscious life as anyone else. And still you think you are special. The person who is living in India is in a way a little bit lucky. Because at least he has so many masters and gurus. He can go there, he can go to camps, he can read books. He can find someone around him who is little wiser than him. But either you should say that you are not so much interested in these things. You just want to live a lukewarm life. Then why should I take an extra walk? I will also remain relaxed. I can do so many things. Before your eyes are closed, you don't know what to do. Now I can do so many things. If someone is interested, I will do whatever I can do to help. But if no one is interested, then I can enjoy at least myself. I can celebrate myself. There is a book of OSHO, I celebrate myself. This is not his words, it's a word of Wilt Whitman, an American poet and writer. But this is very beautiful. This is the ultimate thing to learn, to celebrate yourself. We are whenever we are celebrating others. If we are celebrating, then we need some whiskey, some wine, some chicken, some movie, girlfriend. But it is all celebrating other. Yourself, your reality, the Atma. Yourself is not your body. When you say, nowadays everyone says Meri Marzi. What is the other thing? Meri Marzi, you translate? Meri Marzi is my wish, my desire. And the other one? Duniya jaye tel lene. What is that? Huh?
Will the world go to hell?
No, but the Hindi one is uh, okay. That is what is meant. Even if the whole world goes to hell, who cares? I will do what I feel like doing, what my desires want me to do. Then you will create hell for yourself and hell for others also. So don't be a Gobar Ganesh. You know what is Gobar Ganesh? Gobar is the cow dung. And when you create a Ganesh out of Gobar, that is Gobar Ganesh. That means you are just retarded. You are dumb. Don't have the illusion because you have got a job, you are a lecturer, that means you are intelligent. This is all mechanical conditioning. You are intelligent when you are living your life intelligently. When there is no slavery, when there is no psychological slavery. In this world, all around you, because everyone is a slave. Even those who think they are bosses, they are also slaves. So they will try to make you a slave. I sent you a video of someone speaking on OSHO. Maybe I didn't send it personally, but in Oasis, you saw it or not?
No, I checked and also के विचारों की पूरी पड़ताल. That one.
Perhaps, yes, maybe.
Yeah, I have not seen that.
I have forgotten his name. The boy is intelligent. He is young. So young people.
Yeah, then I have seen it.
Okay.
I have seen 3 days ago. I have seen this.
I sent it to you or you saw it yourself?
No, I saw myself.
Okay. So, to some extent, he is authentic. But their authenticity is limited to their conscious mind, and they are also very heavily conditioned and programmed, but they think they are very rational. A person who has never meditated, really meditated, I am not saying you have closed your eyes for a few days, joined some meditation camps and you have danced even in Osho's camp. That is not meditation. Have you reached to a state of meditation? Have you at least got a glimpse of thoughtless state where you are totally aware and alert, totally present? If you have not known that state, you have no right to comment on people like Osho. But as far as the logic goes, they are more intelligent than normal most of the people. So they have developed their intellectual faculty. So they think they can comment on anything. And what is their source? On what they are dependent? They are dependent on what the modern science is telling. So anything and even about modern science, they are not studying everything. It's what they are talking about consciousness these days. It has advanced so far. But they will choose and pick only those things which suits their so-called rational mind. Modern science has advanced even about consciousness. They have come to know many things. But if you are not a very authentic person, you will avoid those things. You will believe on physicists. Physicists have no right to comment on consciousness because they are studying matter, they are studying atoms. At the maximum, they are studying energy. If you want to know what is within you, there is no other way other than going inside. Other than knowing the knower, experiencing the experiencer, you have no right to comment on anything. Even when they are sometimes talking that, as for example, he was saying that OSHO has said that drugs can give you a glimpse of samadhi. So, if someone listening to Osho and he want to experience samadhi, he want to experience the glimpse of samadhi, and he start taking drug, then there is a possibility he will become a drug addict. He may destroy his whole life. But these people are like what we say, an empty vessel makes much noise. In Hindi it is called Adjal Gagdi Chalkat Jai. This is better than that. Very good example. You understood what it means, Adjal Gagdi Chalkat Jai? Exactly. I am not asking you, I am asking him. I am asking him.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Similar to Thotha Chana Bajega na.
Huh?
Similar to Thotha Chana Bajega na and
No. You
other
explain how Adjal Gagdi Chalkat Jai.
Okay. Okay.
You explain in English so that she also understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or should I explain? Or you have understood or not?
Yeah, I
Okay,
understood.
then I explain. Okay, you have. It means when the vessel, when the pot is half filled, then when you keep it on your head and you are walking, then because of the momentum of your walk, the water goes on coming out of it. Chalkat means it comes out. And it will make also a lot of noise because it is moving so much. But when the vessel is totally filled, then there is no space how it will make any sound. So people who, they say they are very scientific. And in India especially, how they think they are very scientific. Just because they have studied science, they may be MA, PhD in science, you become a scientist. It is all theoretical. If you are really have a scientific bent of mind, then you will at least make some discoveries and you will find something new. Otherwise, you have no right to say. You are just a parrot. Like people have studied arts subject, you have studied science. It is also mechanical. Just by studying science, you have a scientific bent of mind. When you have a scientific bent of mind, you will apply your intelligence in everything. So those people who believe that whatever science says is the ultimate thing. Science goes on changing. Whatever it says today, it will change tomorrow. There is nothing fixed there. That kind of people Vivekananda used to call their mind scientific superstition. Whatever science says, science means the scientist. But even if Einstein says something about spirituality and meditation, he has no right. Because he has never meditated. If a man who meditates, he says something about quantum physics or law of relativity, you will immediately say what right you have to say. And because people are so idiotic and so stupid, that's why so-called spiritual masters have to claim that they know everything. If you are a spiritual person, if you have come to know, if you have become the master of your mind, how it means that you will become an Einstein also, you will become a Newton also. You will know what they know. I don't think any of them, whether it is Jaggi Vasudev or Osho or J. Krishnamurti, they were very they knew much about science. Some of them have to claim this, that they know more, because otherwise you won't listen. Just so that you listen, out of their compassion, they may claim that they know everything. Because you want to believe that they know everything. Why they will know everything? And Osho had made it many times. If you are a genuine person, you will know he is not claiming that he knows everything. He said it very clearly, I am not an infallible pope. And while he was explaining that, he said that they came to discover something, those whom we called enlightened, Kabir or Nanak or Krishna or Buddha, they came to know, but there are many things even they don't know. And the greatest courage is to say, I don't know. But if you say, I don't know, then your disciples, their number will become 1/10. And if they have to help you, then they have to claim. Because you have been believing. And Osho had, even in his Hindi discourse, Osho has said that Jainas think that Mahavira was all-knowing. He knew everything about past, present and future. Sarvagya, all-knowing. So the Buddhists have made jokes about Mahavira, that he was walking in the night and he put his foot on a dog. So you are saying that he knows everything. He doesn't even know that the dog is there. Sometime he was begging at some home where there was no one. But we are such third-rate, stupid and dishonest kind of people. What has it? Why should Mahavir know that there is no one inside the house? That is what Osho said when he was asked that if you are an enlightened person, that Sheila was doing all those things, how you were not aware of it? He said that enlightenment means I know myself. It doesn't mean that I know that my room is bugged. You are moving your head, but your expectation was also like that. You also were expecting that enlightened people will make wine out of water, bread out of stones. We are such retarded people. You are not like Arjun whose eyes, who is concentrated totally on the eyes of the fish. If you want to know yourself, that is the thing you should seek when you are going to a master. Not that he should make some miracle. Otherwise there will be people who are charlatans, who will exploit you. But who is responsible? Just today I was hearing, he was talking about Jaggi Vasudev also. He says many things which are complete bullshit. Because your expectation is such, and I don't know what is he a master or not, but your expectations are such that he can, just because his language is good, he is articulate, he can say anything. So when he was asked that it is said that whenever I say something harsh, why you become like a touch me not flower, touch me not plant.
Touch me not grass.
No,
Grass.
plant. Grass.
Plant.
Chui mui, it is in Hindi is better. Chui mui. You have heard this word chui mui or not? I may have said, but you remember this word or not?
I've heard that.
You have heard from me, or from where you will hear?
Yeah, heard from you. Yes.
I am the source.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Whenever I say something bitter, listen that those things are more helpful. Otherwise, you will remain retarded. That is what Osho is always saying. Because you have been protected by your parents, by your mother and father. So that in the inner child, psychologically you are still a child. So you are projecting that father and you have created a God. God is nothing but a big daddy. You feel so helpless in the world later on that you need someone, some big daddy. So Jagi Vasudev, because it is said in India that you should not sleep with your head on north side. Either your head should be on the east side or on the south side. So he was explaining why it is said. He said that the North Pole, it has a magnetic pull, so your brain has also got in your blood, there is iron. So maybe the iron, if you sleep on the north side, the magnet of the North Pole will pull your blood, so it may create some damage. So this same boy was saying, and he was right, that your brain, it is in compound form. So it can be a very magnetic pull, still nothing will happen. Otherwise, when you enter into this what it is called, magnetic resonance, MRI, it has, according to him, I don't know, it has 60,000 times more powerful magnet compared to the magnetic pull that is in Earth. So if you enter inside, and if that was the real thing, then if the iron in your blood is being attracted by that magnet, then your blood will clot everywhere and you will just explode, because the pull is so powerful. And it happened just a few days back. A woman entered into the MRI machine, and she was keeping, maybe she was in America, because in America you can have a gun. So she was keeping it in her pocket, the gun. And when she entered inside, the person was saying that the magnetic pull, it's a real thing, it's not a story. He didn't say, I read it somewhere else. I heard it in YouTube. So, and it is a real thing, it happened. So the gun came out of the pocket, because if it is so powerful, 60,000 more powerful than the Earth's magnetic pull, and it entered into her buttock. But I think it's not buttock, it must have entered into her asshole, because that is the empty place. It needs some place where it's a hole. So maybe it is said that she had to be operated and then it came out. So such is the unconscious state of people. When you enter into MRI machine, everything, all the metal has to be taken out. And she was not even able to take out the gun, because we are so asleep. We have become like programmed machine. At least one has to be that much careful. But really, something very laughable. Never enter into MRI machine with your gun, otherwise the gun will enter into the real hole, and the hole will increase. Then shit will come out more and more. This is how Americans are. She revealed something about being an American. Always on move, so full of rajas. And he was talking about other thing also with Jaggi. I have also heard Jaggi was they were talking about those things, that the water has a liquid computer, so it retains the memory. So if you put you put water on the some divine image. If the divine image is there and you put water on it and you use the same power, it will carry the memory of that divine image. So in that way, these people, they go on distributing that water, water, because it is charged water. They may be asking you very big amount of money for that. It is something charged. I don't know what is the thing, but these things, these kind of explanation are just bogus. There may be something in the water it may be easy. It may have certain memory, that's possible, but it is a liquid computer, that is too much. At least about the first thing, that is totally irrational. It may have some different explanation why you should not sleep with your head on the north side and west side. One thing is that if you sleep on the east side with your head on the east side, when you wake up early in the morning, it may be helping you to feel more fresh, because the sun is coming and it is the morning sun is very cool, not so strong, but it can activate your nervous system and your cells. I don't know, I am not a scientist. I am the worst person to say anything about science, because I don't know. When I don't know, I accept I don't know. But these people, they try to show they know everything. That is not their department. That's why I say that when the Quran or Bible, they claims that whatever they have written about whether the earth is flat or round, or whether the sun moves around the earth or the earth moves around the sun, it is all bogus. What is the need? That is, it makes it very clear that these books are not at all spiritual. Because spirituality is not a search in that direction. It is your inner search. If it is written in Bible and Quran, that shows that they are all bullshit. Are you here or you are somewhere else? You are listening to this, whatever I am saying, or you want something else to talk?
No, I'm listening.
Thing is that we all have the same kind of cobweb in the, what do you call it, this cow shit, cow dung in our head. So these things, if it is not cleaned, then you will remain. You may be meditating, you may be Osho's disciple for 20, 30, 40 years. That makes no difference. The real thing is that if you don't make your own effort, no master can transform you. The master can help you only when you are ready, when you are receptive, when you are authentic. You can go on doing the same stupid thing, and you think that you will be liberated just because the master is present. You have been living an unconscious life, so you have to understand your mind. An unobserved mind, an unobserved life is no life at all. You have to observe it. Otherwise, don't ask for such big things. That's why only very few people are really benefited, or they become liberated. They become mukt out, even with the masters. Otherwise, all those people who were living with Osho should have been liberated. and he was talking about Sheila. That he was talking that OSHO says that it is when you are a witness, when you are a sakshi, when this witnessing witness is the sadhana, being a witness, and that will lead you to samadhi. So he was saying that there is no proof of that. The thing is that you are an idiot. How can any proof be given like an object? This is the proof that I have become a witness. The proof is within me. If you are meditating, you will understand. If you are yourself meditating and if you are watching your mind, you will feel slowly you are becoming less and less identified with your mind. Your burdens are becoming less. Your bondage is becoming less. But you have invested in your bondage in thousands of years. You are still carrying your animal within. So you have just started meditating and you think you will be liberated immediately. It may happen in this life, but it has to be total effort. It has to be total dedication. So he was saying that OSHO was when Sheila left ashram. You have heard all those things or not, Bhupendra?
No.
When Sheila left ashram, when OSHO was speaking on, I have heard all those things, whatever OSHO spoke at that time. The way he was behaving like any ordinary person. He was using such words for Sheila. OSHO said that Sheila ditched me, or she took a revenge because I didn't sleep with her. She wanted to sleep with me, but I refused. This may be a truth, this may not be a true thing. But he said many things about Sheila, that she was, and even he mentioned this, that just 2-3 days back he said about Sheila that Sheila has never meditated in her life. And OSHO has said about after Sheila left that Sheila was very happy when I was silent, because she was the solo boss at that time. Whatever I will be saying through her, because I was not talking with my people. So she will convey according to her understanding or whatever she wanted to convey. So she wanted me to remain silent throughout my life so that she can remain the queen. She was just a waitress in a hotel and I had made her the queen, so how can she lose that thing? But when she found that I will start speaking now, and I started speaking, I started giving interview to the world press, then she became very unhappy. So she started moving all around European communes because she was feeling uneasy here. And when she came back, OSHO wanted her to meet, and then she said, I have cold or something, and then she left without telling him. So when she left, then OSHO said that she has taken this much amount of money, some millions of dollars, and she was doing all kind of criminal activities. So she invited FBI and what is CIA or FBI, whatever. Both are American agencies. He invited them, and they found the way. Now, once they have entered, so they found the way how to arrest OSHO, because they were against OSHO. Sheila was a nobody. There is a possibility that they planted her also. That is also a possibility. It may not be true from the very beginning, but later on, they are also in search of the weak link or weaklings. So maybe they found that Sheila can be bought, and few other people. So Osho spoke something, and he used harsh word for her. And he said that if he was a witness, then how can he speak such things? Now these people are complete idiot. If you are a witness, that doesn't mean that you have become even. You cannot become angry. You cannot speak anything whatever you want to speak. That is another kind of bondage. Being a witness, I am a witness to whatever I am speaking also. So I can use any word. I can use bullshit. I can use asshole. Anything. Who is using all those words? It is my body mind mechanism. I am just a witness. I am a watcher on the hill. So why I cannot use all those words? But these people, they are so confused. They think spirituality is some kind of morality. You have to conduct in this way. You have to speak properly. When you are so repressed and suppressed, then you are wearing masks. So you have to always speak proper things, whatever people like, because you are a politician, you are a diplomat. That's why I like this man, Heat Wilders, because he is the first politician who has spoken, who has called a spade a fucking spade. The first man who has the guts to speak what Muhammad was, what Islam is, so clearly. So I like this man. And if he can speak like this, that means this man is different from others. These people, they will call all these liberal people, all these Marxist, communist and Islamists, they will call they are far right people. But what you are? You are far right or what? You are extremely fanatic. You have the right to be extremely fanatic. You have the right to kill people. You have the right to murder people, to rape people. And then what you expect? The other will be just be like a unresponsive doll. See, every day this is happening. Even now it is happening in all these European countries. Like in England, their population maybe it is now 20% or whatever. Officially it may be less, but they increase their number so much that wherever their number is big, they are throwing out all those people to whom this country belongs. They say, you go from here, this is our area. And now they are entering into people's houses. Any house they will enter where they can enter. They will not enter into a house which is protected, but they will enter where people are not so strong. So they will enter into house. They will eat everything. They will eat, open their fridge, eat. They will come 5, 10 people, 20 people, whatever. They will eat everything. They will throw. They will make the whole house dirty. And I think this is just the beginning. Though even now they are doing this. Grooming gang, they do all kind of rape with small children, but they will now increase all those things. Any house they will enter, and they can rape any woman, any child, because that is all allowed in Islam. If you are kafir, then the Muslim deserve you are obliged to do all those things. If you are not doing, you are even worse. You have no right to exist. Wherever the Islam conquered, they had like certain laws, 20, 30, 50, 100, whatever laws. You have to follow it. One of the things that any Muslim, if he comes into your house for 3 days or something, he can stay at your house. All other things are not explained, but if he goes into your house, he will do everything. your church or your temple, whatever, has to be lower than mosque. And once it has become depleted, it is damaged, then you cannot reconstruct it. You have to walk wearing certain belt or something, because you are Jimmy, you are inferior, so they have to know that you are coming. But we are such unintelligent people. When the signals are all there, the fire is coming, if you don't become aware. Just today I was hearing that in Uttar Pradesh, because his name Dubey or something shows that he was a Brahmin, but that has nothing to do with. He was going into marriage of his nephew. So they were in Bolero car. So while in the car they were praising Modi and Yogi. There were 5 people in the car. So after listening for some time, the driver, who was a Muslim, I think his name was Muhammad Azad. So he started discussing with them, and the discussion became hot. And he started saying bad things about Modi and Yogi. And when they reached to the place where the marriage was happening, so everyone came out, and the man, the uncle, who is the center of this story, when he came out, the driver said something very bad about Modi and Yogi. So he said, you cannot say this kind of thing. Then the driver took the car back, and he just crushed the man and pulled him for 20 meter or 20 feet something. The man died there immediately. So this is your religion. You may not like anyone, and this is my experience all the time. Whenever I try to test sometime, whenever, like if I am buying fruits, I used to talk sometime, because at that time I thought that when the country is developing, if you are a sane person, you will be happy that it is developing. But it is very difficult to hear anything good from a Muslim, because they know in their mind, once a land is conquered by Islam, conquered by Muslims, it is theirs forever. So they are waiting for that time when again they will conquer any place. Wherever they have conquered once, that belongs to Allah. Now they are all the time saying that you are making the temple there, but when our power will come, we will crush the temple again, we will destroy the temple again. If you are saying it in Uttar Pradesh, that shows that only you understand the language of stick and bonnet. Only when you are given good treatment you will understand. Otherwise you don't understand any language. And I've seen they are not real brave people. They speak only till they are given good reply. Some may be really fanatic, because then they think that even if they die, the paradise is guaranteed, and 72 hurs they will get. But now the situation has become such that one hur is getting 72 Muslims. Israel is killing them in such a big number. Where they will get hurs? So much hurs. Now in all these Muslim Christian countries, they are becoming against these Muslims. They want to throw them out. Because of their behavior, they treated them very well in a way. But no one treats you so. If you think that if you are going into others' country, they will not have their some vested interest. That is not possible. They are not. So they wanted, because they thought their people are not able to do cheap work. They don't want to do manual work. So mostly Muslims, because they are uneducated, so they do those labor kind of work. But they are given good 100 times better facility than Muslim countries. In every way they are free. When they come to these Islamic country, these Christian country, they say that we were suffocating, we are dying in our country because we have no freedom. But after entering into this country, after certain time they will ask for the Sharia laws. Even in Kashmir, when these Abdullahs and Muftis were ruling Kashmir, they were trying to bring this stoning law of stoning to death. But somehow they have not succeeded so far. Their intention is always that. Just today I heard about one person, he has been killed by these Muslims. His body was found in 84 part cut in 84 parts. You can be very angry, you can be a mad person, and when out of fit of anger you can kill someone. That is imaginable. But cutting someone into 84 pieces, 30 pieces, 40 pieces, this is beyond imagination. But this is what Islam is. Even Muhammad was doing this. When he defeated some Jewish tribe, all the males were killed, adult male. And they were checked whether they had this pubic hair or not. If the pubic hair was there, then they were killed. And all the women were reduced into sex slaves, and boys were reduced into homosexual slaves. This is Jagdish Dhankar is a Jat or what?
Yeah, Dhankar is Jat.
That's why I saw in YouTube I have not opened those things, but I've seen many YouTube videos that Jat, they want to take revenge from Rahul Gandhi because he just humiliated him with all those Congress people. You saw that video or not? Where they were doing outside.
I saw.
They should have been beaten there. You are member of parliament. You behave in such a idiotic way. Even 5-year, 10-year boys will feel ashamed of what you are doing. They should have been given very good beating there. You are wasting so much of the public money. Millions of dollars rupees you are wasting. For this you are there. What is your opinion? They should be garlanded or what? They have done very rebellious act. Huh?
They should have thrown out of country.
Those things will happen if Modi comes back this time. They will be given very real good lesson. Because if 70 years you have dedicated just to create a poisonous foundation for this country, all the institution has been corrupted. How do you think that everything will be cured immediately? First you need your people to be in all those institutions. All those people who are sitting everywhere, they are appointed by the Congress, whether it is judiciary or it is bureaucracy or executive. Everywhere these people are there. And it is democracy. It is not like Xi Jinping, everyone will disappear. If they are against Modi, they will disappear. But I don't want to praise Modi because I am not his bhakt. But the way he has done, I feel that this man is really something. Small things happens and we become so disturbed. The whole world is against him and he has been able to do so many things. So, and this is a great luck of India that he came to power in 2014. Otherwise, the kind of dance of death that was going to happen Even now, even if Modi and Yogi and people like them go on coming to power, then also India is not safe. Because the new generation, the way Muslims are producing, their rate of child is just 3-4 times more. So within few years they will become more in numbers. So in democracy they will win election. Until unless very harsh measures are taken. And anyone who says anything against the country, his voting right should be immediately finished. You are living here, you have to behave in a proper way. If you are saying anything against the country, either leave this country or at least your voting right should. And they should follow something like no insane person should produce any child. More than one child anyone produces, his sexual organ should be made dysfunctional. These harsh measures are absolutely needed. Otherwise, from where food will come? People are increasing like mosquitoes, like insects. The country is becoming like hell. There will be water shortage everywhere. There will be no food. People will be all kind of things just to increase food production, like with what do you call it? Genetically modified food and hybrid foods. They look, their size looks very good and they look very attractive, but there may be no nutrition in them. Just today I was reading OSHO that only when you have overflowing energy, then only you can be creative. And meditation and spirituality and enlightenment is the peak of your creativity. So if there is no possibility of any great creativity from poor person. There may be few exceptions, but it's not possible because their whole energy is going in that direction. And your religious guru, they have only one entertainment, sex. Through that they produce children. And your religious fake charlatan gurus, they will say that become a brahmachari. Then you are destroying even that. But if your energy, if you have something creative, you can listen to classical music, you can read classical great books, you can watch movie, you can dance, you can create something, you can, if you become scientist, the same energy is going in that direction. So there is no need for any brahmacharya. If you are a creative person, brahmacharya, this kind of brahmacharya will just make you a sick person. You will become perverted. You don't know about the science of energy and you are just trying to enforce celibacy. You will become mad. You may become Hitler, you may become Mussolini, you may become any mad person, a Genghis Khan or a Nadir Shah. You have not heard about what this boy was saying? You have heard him? You said you heard it 3 days back.
I checked the video. It was some other guy. I checked the video now.
Okay.
He was also he was just listening also in the live video discourse, and he was just praising also again and again.
This boy was saying, like he was saying that these things, whatever OSHO have said or done is good, and these things will have negative effect on society. When you are saying such thing without knowing anything about the inner world and you are judging him, that means you are sitting far higher than that. So you can say that whatever because you believe that there is no inner truth, there is no God, there is no moksha, nothing like that. There is nothing like samadhi. But how you have come to that conclusion? Have you explored everything? He was talking about Osho's this, like he talked about free sex. And he said that Osho had replied it very beautifully, that when some journalists ask him that you promote free sex, do you promote free sex? Osho said that then what you want? The money should be charged for sex. There should be tax on sex. What do you want? If the money is charged, if the woman or man is charging, then they become prostitutes. So he was saying that Osho was against marriage because if you are given freedom, then you may not remain with the same person for more than few days. Then he said that, but when Osho was asked that if people, like if they don't want to remain together and they separate, then what will happen to the children? They will, what will happen to them? So Osho said that they will be taken care by this commune. So he said that, but the boy said that the kind of love which mother and father, that is also natural, that the kind of love which parents, mother and father can give, commune or other people cannot give. But what I have also heard what Osho said. Osho had said that if you in the commune, it's not that you have to possess the child, that it is my child. That doesn't help the child. He becomes very egocentric. I don't remember what word he used, but when he gets love of so many people, then the child grows more. The people who gave birth to the child, they can be chief uncle or chief aunt. But if the child only belongs to you, he becomes in a way kind of your possession. But when he gets love from so many people, then he blossoms. I am not remembering exactly, he said so many things, may have said, but I don't remember. But he was saying, the boy was saying that this is also natural, and anyone, the kind of love which parents can give, others cannot give. But you don't know what is meditation. When people really blossom in their meditativeness, everyone becomes like mother and father. They are very caring. You don't know about those things. So how you are claiming? You have no right to claim at all. And if mother and father are giving such great love, then why the world is so poisonous? It is the contribution of the parents. That's why the whole world is so sick and so mad and so perverted. Why there are so much rapes? Why there are so much murders and violence and so much of ambitiousness? It is all contribution of the parents. You have to find out the root cause. They are the root cause. Because they didn't come together out of love. It was all arranged in a mechanical way. Nothing was flowing between them. There was nothing overflowing. It was all just dead thing from the very beginning. So out of dead thing, what you want? Only stones and grasses will come out of that. Only weeds will come out of that. You think the very creative people will be born out of that? Not possible. In a kind of mad society, to get out of this madness, to dehypnotize yourself, to uncondition yourself, to deprogram yourself is almost an impossible task, a very Herculean task. Osho has himself said that whatever I am because of my grandmother. Because she gave him all the freedom. He was not conditioned and not programmed from the very beginning. So he became like a flowing river. But once you are conditioned, once you are programmed, even to get rid of that program, it is very arduous, very Herculean. And we are not ready. In the name of meditation, we just want to do some rituals. You have to be so alert and sincere, burning at 100 degree, only then something will happen. Then he was saying about this free sex kind of thing, that he allowed all those things. Group sex was allowed in his ashram and people can change partners. So he said that for these kind of things, few people, if they do, it is all right. But if the whole world does it, then it will become something like very immoral or something. I don't exactly remember what he said. But the thing is, once you have become so sick, you are suffering from terminal cancer, then you need chemotherapy and great surgery. So Osho is doing all those surgery. You are not seeing, you are the product of this old, rotten, dead traditional society. You are blaming Osho. He is trying to cure you. He is trying to bring you out of your madness, out of your perversion. And these people think they are very rational. He was saying that Osho says there is no God. Some journalist asked him that, do you think you are a God? Exactly the question I don't remember, something like that. Then he said, my God. There is no God, then how can I think I am a God? So he was saying that Osho didn't, he had the guts to say all those things 20-30 years back, that there is no God. But he believed in Atma, he believed in reincarnation, in karma. So just because you have rejected God, you say there is no God, that doesn't makes you a rational person. To become a rational person is a very difficult thing. He was as if claiming that he is such a rational person and Osho is far lower than him. He just is a boy who may be 25 I think, and he is thinking he is so great, and he thinks he is so rational. Even those people in the past who said about God, I am talking about especially in India, they were not believing in some God sitting somewhere in seventh heaven. They called this very consciousness God. Now they say that Osho was not, he was first speaking on all these saints and sages, and later on he spoke against them also. So he is very contradictory. All these things are according to him, all these scriptures are just superstition. When in Shiv Sutra, I think this is the first sutra in the Shiv Sutra, Chaitanya hi Atma. And you can just add Chaitanya ही परमात्मा है, चैतन्य ही भगवान है. This very consciousness is God. When those sages in Upanishad, when they declared Aham Brahmasmi, Tat Tvamasi Svet Ketu, Ayam Atma Brahm, what they mean? When they are saying Aham Brahmasmi, I am that. You can say I am Brahm is not equivalent to God, but you can say I am God. But their God was not separate from them. Their God was within them. There is nothing higher than this consciousness. You can call it God if you love it. If you are a scientific person, call it consciousness. They were more poetic people. They were in awe with everything. They were full of wonder. They had a live heart, so they could call it God. But this God is not what you are praying in mosque and churches. It's a very different thing. What even Hindus are doing, they are just doing bullshit. But those who realize it, they found something within them which is so valuable, you should say invaluable, that they called it God. But their word is not God, their word is Brahm. God is a Western word. Or Atma, Paramatma. Atma, what Atma means? Atma means I. If you, literal meaning is I. Paramatma means the ultimate I. What you are ultimately is Paramatma. There is no division between Atma and Paramatma. There is no division between you and God. Because this universe is one. That is what is Advait. It's not two. It's non-dual. Now he was saying that he believes in Atma and all those things and reincarnation, karma. You don't know what Atma is. Atma is not soul. Atma is your ultimate refinement. Do you exist or not? Are you there or not? You have not explored anything. You have not tried to find yourself. You think you are very rational. But do you exist or not? If you are not, then for what you are running your whole life? Running for money, running for power. If you don't exist, if there is no one inside you, there is nothing inside you, then just commit suicide. Go on some mountain top and jump from there, because there is no one inside. Even if you jump from there, no one is going to die, because there is no one inside. Why you are so afraid to die then, when there is no one inside? These are all just assholes.
These days, it's become a fashion to get the views, because it becomes trend just to. The channel I was watching, that guy also made 4 or 5 videos on OSHO, and he was just saying something.
It's not just that simple. It is not just that much. It is a conspiracy also. It is what they are trying to do. They may be getting like some fund, some money from somewhere, like some Christian organization. First thing, they want to destroy all these Indian gurus, because of these Indian gurus, somehow people are they have certain peace, some happiness, whether it is Jaggi Vasudev or Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. People's life have changed in certain way. Those who are doing Sudarshan Kriya or whatever Jaggi Vasudev, their life has changed. Otherwise, no one will go. To some extent, they may not be totally transformed, but their life is better than the normal person. They are more peaceful, they are more silent, they are more happy. So they want to create doubt in people. They will, because that's why they are saying they all kind of videos will come. This man Jaggi Vasudev, he murdered his wife. I don't know what he did, but why they are trying to, whatever he did or not did, it may have happened 30 years back. So why you are making all those videos now? Because he is so successful and famous, so you want to destroy all those people, destroy the dedication of all those people who are committed to him. If you destroy all those people, if you destroy all your scriptures are bad, then you become just, because you are not meditating, you have no support at all. Then Christianity can be very easily spread here. Those people who are poor, you just need some bread and butter, you need some job, and then you will convert to Christianity. And there are people like, what do you call them? The Ambedkar Wadi and those Buddhists. Those Buddhists whom Ambedkar met them Buddhist. They are not at all Buddhist at all. It is their Buddhism is all political. Because Ambedkar himself was not in any way a spiritual person. He was intellectual, but he was not a spiritual person. So dirty games are being played. If you are not alert, then you will be in their trap. So he was saying about that OSHO, he talks about that there is no God, but he talks about Atma and Paramatma and Karma. In America, while he was talking about this karma theory, he used the word boo boo, and then he defined it, what is boo. So he told a story that one politician, he was fighting election from certain constituency, and that area was very undeveloped. It belonged to Negroes. So he went there because he had to get their vote. So he went there and he said that I want to meet people. So some Negroes who were their leaders, they took him. So all around, there was on the street, they were everywhere, there was shit. They had shitted everywhere because these people were just undeveloped kind. So everywhere there was shit. He somehow managed to reach to them. And then he started speaking and he said, I will make good road for you. And these Negroes became very happy. They said, boo, boo. Then he said, I will make bridge for you. It will join your place with the other part of the, like maybe there was some lake or river and it will be joined. He said, then the Negro said, boo, boo. I will open school for you. Then he said, boo, boo. The Negroes said all the time. They cheered him and they became very happy. They were clapping. And he became very excited that they are so happy. They are so enthusiastic. They are liking my speech so much. So he went on promising, I will open college, I will open university. And they cheered more. Boo, boo. He said that they are so happy. I have never found any people so happy anywhere. What it boo means? He said, you didn't see everywhere there were boos. Everywhere on the road you didn't find the boo. It is, they are saying, oh shit. These people, at least they are that much intelligence. They know that this is just before election promise. You are not going to fulfill any of those things. So they are just saying boo, boo. That means shit. Bullshit. We know that you are a liar. You will not fulfill any promise. So OSHO said about this is my reply to karma theory. This is boo, boo. That means that you think that you are poor because you have done something wrong in the past life. No, these are all bullshit. But even if you believe in science, you are so rational. When Newton says that every action has equal and opposite reaction. So if you do something wrong, your inner space will be disturbed. You cannot be peaceful, you cannot be silent. You will not be so conscious. But that doesn't mean that somewhere some God is there or something is being noted and you are doing this, you have done this wrong, it is noted, then you will be punished for that. There is nothing like that. But when you become angry, your own inner space is destroyed. If you rape a woman, you think you will be very peaceful. You cannot be. So if you are doing certain action, there will be some reaction to that. That is karma. And even if people like they may have invented some theories, it was just to help you not to get entangled in unnecessary, unconscious life. So they may have lied about few things. But Buddha has said, and Osho had spoken about it many times. What is truth? Truth is that which works. That which helps you to grow, become more conscious is truth. Why you are getting so bored? Am I speaking something very boring?
No, I got little sick in the night. So
Are you here or not?
yeah, I'm here. I was in the office today till the
I am not
5.
asking about where you were. Are you
4:30.
are you listening or not? Or I am just talking
right
to
now.
walls?
Yeah, I'm listening. No.
Is it helpful to you or not?
Yeah.
Because we are all like that. You, even if you are an Osho sannyasin, don't think that you are. It's all just borrowed. It's all parrot-like. Because until and unless something becomes your own experience, you are being programmed by Osho also. His words, you are conditioned by his words, whatever he spoke. So,
That only can be if we catch the also words also. No?
what?
If you are listening, if we are going to be conditioned by also words, if we are going to carrying or catching his words and not listening him with awareness, that can happen with that. In that case, I think.
If you want to be free, then you need, this is absolutely essential that you have to know your whole inner geography. If you are not aware of how your mind works, how your mood changes, how when you feel good, how you become angry, and all those things you have to watch. Doing all this dynamic and kundalini, these things are just preparation. Then more deeper meditation will be there. And you can become free only when you deserve to be free. It is not something which is so superficial that anyone can give you as a gift. So he was saying that Osho he said there is no God, but he is talking about Atma, Paramatma, he is talking about karma, and he has spoken on all these people. So much he has spoken on Krishna and Buddha and all those people.
But also said in that lecture, there is godliness. I think you explained that thing or also said that. I don't remember exactly. How can something like that every godliness means you explained some other day, I think, that every particle there is God, there is godliness, something like that, and also explained that.
Just wait.
Maybe he did not listen or
even if he listen, how he will understand? Because his ideas are already fixed. He is an atheist. If you may think you are a great person, but even if you are an atheist, you are just a believer. And he says this is how Osho traps people. He says that an atheist is a better than a theist because he has more courage. So only if you are an atheist, you can become a real theist one day. If you want to become a real theist, a real astic, you have to pass through this atheism. But he is just, according to him, not exactly his words, but this is what he meant. He meant that he is just luring you. He is just like to trap the fish. He is giving, what do you call it? The floor with something sweet so that the fish comes and is caught in the net. If you don't even say even 1-2 words, then sometime I also need some word.
Bait. Is it bait?
Yeah, but what is used in daw or something is used in that something sweet is there. So you in Hindi it is said मछली को फंसाने के लिए आटा में कांटा में आटा मिलाना पड़ता है. आटा is the thing. So he was saying that he is also playing the same game but in a wiser way, that he wants to, and Osho says that if you have believed in something, you will never know it. So you have to, if you want to know, then you have to drop this believing mind. So he said that perhaps he is the first man, or I have heard it first time, that you can know truth. Now these people are totally retarded. Osho is not the first person who is saying that if you want to know the truth, then you don't have to believe. Otherwise, what was Buddha doing? What was Mahavir doing? They were not believing in anyone. What was even Socrates doing? If you don't even think that Krishna and people like him, but what was Patanjali doing? If he is talking about all these things, Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi, what is he? He is telling you to believe, or he is telling you to explore, to find yourself. So Osho is not the first person who is saying that if you have believed, you will never come to know. Anyone who has ever come to know himself have just tried to know himself going inside, not by believing in anything. And whatever they said became scriptures. So when people, they don't know anything much, and they think that they are saying something very wise. And when Osho is saying about godliness, he is just making it more scientific, more logical. He is saying that though there is no God sitting somewhere, but even if there was some God sitting somewhere in the 7th heaven, how your life is changing. But as you become more conscious, the more conscious you will become, the more soft, loving, more non-violent you will become. More beautiful you will become, the more graceful you will become. That is godliness. Godliness is a quality. Godliness is not something which you have with your birth. You have to achieve it. Your inner blossoming, your inner flowering is godliness. If you want to be godly, then you have to make all the effort to be godly. And these words were there in India before. Osho is not using it. Bhagavatta, the word is there. Bhagavatta means godliness. Even when Narad is saying, Raso Vaisa. He's saying God is just juice. How beautiful is his expression. If you have become really juicy, you are full of godliness. You have become God yourself. God is juice. He is not saying God is a person. God is the inner juice. God is the inner music. Patanjali has said that God is also a device. You can use God as a device. But the ultimate thing is knowing yourself. What Socrates said, know thyself first. Physician, heal thyself first. And he is saying Indian people are believing in all these scriptures and they are superstitious, they are this, as if Western people don't believe in their Bibles. Islamists are not believing in their Quran and all those things. They are even greater believer. At least in India, few people come to know themselves. But these people are suffering so much from inferiority complex because of their slave mind. The Mughals have left, the Britishers have left, but their slavish mind continues that we are so inferior people. If you believe they have everything great, how much you know about them? It is just your belief. They may have produced few scientists, but if you go to America, you will find the real Americans, those who came. There is no real American. Everyone is an outsider in America. The real American are the red Indians. But those who came 300, 400 years back, their children are just retarded. They are not so intelligent. They are not doing great work in universities, in colleges, in science anymore. Now the Hindus are the number one. They have even defeated Jews. They are number one in most affluent community, most creative community. They are doing the best. So why you are so much, you think you are so inferior? If we were on the top once, we can become on top once more again. But if you suffer from this inferiority, they are so great. That is how I was also conditioned that whatever is written by any Western people, whatever they show in their media, it is all truth because they are very honest about these things. But I found in last few years that they are even more dishonest than our journalists, and whatever our journalists and our so-called people are doing, so-called intellectuals, they are just imitating them. They are just becoming carbon copies to them because they are suffering from inferiority complex. That these are great people. Why can't you have some sense of dignity that you also are human being? How can the Western people, the white people are superior? Everyone has the same possibility if you try to make the effort. No one is superior. You have to make the effort. If someone is on top now, they may have made some effort. If you say that they have, because they got some reservation, like in India now, this is Brahmins, they destroyed the whole country. It is because of the Brahmins the country is still surviving, because some of the Brahmins were real Brahmins. But where you will find that any, if you see America is now regarded as the most, it's the only superpower, the most advanced country. But if you try to find out what is the culture in America, what is their spiritual level, it is nothing compared to what India was once. Even about economy, once India had its GDP was 30-40% of the whole world. Compared to that, America's GDP is nothing at present. They are in tremendous debt. I don't remember exactly, maybe some 20-30 trillions of debt. So in a way you can say America is the poorest country in the whole world because your debt is maximum. So how can you be a rich country? The way they have found is that they will expend far more than they are earning. Then how long it will continue? They are bound to collapse. They are collapsing. The whole Europe is collapsing. America is collapsing. That's why they are creating all these situations for war and corona and all those things. China is even in far worse condition. It's in a real mess. No, people who don't try to find out what is happening in China, they think they are great, they are in great situation. That's why they are everywhere. They are funding all those things so that in India there should be more trouble. They are spreading corona. Now again the corona is coming. Already 600, 700 people I heard yesterday. The new mutation. What is the name? Something 1 JKP, whatever. The new one which has.
Yeah.
So 16 people have died already. But at present it is still WHO is trying to find out what is it so fatal or not. I just remember one of my Muslim friend, he was sub-editor in Hindustan Times. So he said once someone phoned him, there has been a very fatal accident. You come immediately. That man was pronouncing fatal. Fatal. When your asshole breaks, that is also fatal. Yeah. So, if you are talking to someone who belongs to English newspaper, then you have to speak in English. Very fatal accident. What is the need? You could have said that in Hindi. But when you are suffering from inferiority complex, even if you don't know, then you have to speak in Haryanvi English. Haryanvi English is also very great. You know or not, Bhupen? Yeah.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Future is Pature, nature is Ture.
Nature?
Is Nature.
Nature. What is Nature?
In Haryanvi English, future is nature.
Oh, Nature.
Nature.
For nature, Nature. Okay. For future?
For future,
Future.
Pature.
And what about the Chinese English? Karen?
Chinese English, I don't know, sorry.
No, there must be
What do you
something.
mean Chinese English?
Like everywhere they do some kind of their own. They turn things in their own way. So,
Okay, it's like if moto, they say moto. Moto, there's moto.
that is bringing more style to it.
Yes.
Especially in Bihari way, if they have to say apple, Swamiji used to imitate very much these things. They will say apple, table.
People.
Table. Station. Can you pronounce the real word, Bhupendra? No, not you. You can pronounce, I think. How you will pronounce? Station? I once told you
Station.
before also. Huh?
Station.
No, wrong. You pronounce? How to pronounce?
Station.
To almost all right.
Station.
It's
Okay.
station. If you are like, if you cannot differentiate, then you will say station.
E-school.
E-school. School.
That is in Haryanvi.
Here also.
Okay. Computer.
That is all right. If you are uneducated, then you will speak in your dialect. So that is all right. There is nothing wrong. But Fasaha. Uh,
Pasad, sorry, Pasad.
Fasad. So I have completed this boa. Still something remains. Then I saw today one video. The boa was he was saying that, like he said, what is his name? Son of Stalin said that Sanatan is corona, Sanatan is dengue, Sanatan is malaria, AIDS, whatever. So he said OSHO has also spoken so badly. He has also abused Sanatan so much, and he played the video. He said, and OSHO was saying that the greatest hippie ever was Shiva. He was the ultimate hippie. And those who came into his marriage, they were such kind of people. They were like ghosts and all kind of. And the way Osho was speaking all those things, very in a with sense of humor. And this boy was getting so angry that he was boiling, that how he's speaking like this. No, when it is all your contribution. When all these religions have made people so serious, he is just trying to make his disciples non-serious, light. So because you believe so much in these people, so he is just trying to make them laugh, so that they can enter into meditation easily. But he was boiling. It was as if he will just chop his head. Then what is the difference between you and a fanatic Muslim? And he knows nothing about Sanatan. Such idiots. They know nothing, but they claim to be, they are great religious people. And he said that somewhere Osho has spoken so good about Shiva, but here he is speaking. He is talking about the real Shiva, who is not a person. Shiva is your ultimate consciousness. That's why in Shiv Sutra, the first sutra is Chaitanya hi Atma hai. This very consciousness is Atma. You are this very consciousness. Shiva may not have been any person at all. It's all stories, so that to engage people who cannot sit silently, who cannot be engrossed in anything. So beautiful stories are invented for the kindergarten children, for most hatch babies, so that somehow they can slowly they can be made mature. But real Shiva is your consciousness. He may have been some person. I doubt that he was some person. But even if he was some person, when they are talking about energy. They are not talking about a form. I like when Jaggi Vasudev says that the word Shiva, maybe it is his invention, but he says that the word Shiva means he is nowhere. That means if someone is nowhere, that means he is everywhere. He is nowhere in particular. That he is present at this particular place. Only someone who is not fixed at some particular place can be everywhere. If you are fixed here, then how can you be everywhere? Shiva is your ultimate state, your inner state. What Osho has spoken on Shiva Sutra and Vigyan Bhairav Tantra, no one has spoken. So this idiot, he thinks he is against Sanatan. He doesn't know what Sanatan means. But he thinks they are great protectors. If the power comes into the hands of Hindu, they will also behave in the same way as Muslims. Because to fall down is very easy. You need to be just unconscious. And it is very appealing to be unconscious. And these people, they idiots, they go on making videos. They are so shameless. That is dishonesty. and he spoke about Ganesh, that once the story is something like this, that when Shiva came from somewhere, Ganesh was on the he was standing on the gate because his mother had told him that if anyone comes, I am taking bath, or no one should enter now inside. So he was standing on the gate. So Ganesh stopped Shiva when he came. He said, "You cannot go inside now." Shiva became very angry. So he cut his head. And then when his anger subsided, he told that find some head of some animal, something, I will fix that. So they brought his ganas, they brought the head of some elephant. So Osho was making some joke of it. He said that there is some great meaning, inner meaning in that story. He doesn't know that the whole thing, so he's making a joke of it. Now you can create any meaning out of anything. These are just stories. If you enjoy those meaning, it's all right. Just enjoy it, but don't take it so seriously. What do you think, Mr. Bhupendra?
Yeah.
Somewhere there is some conspiracy. They want, even if they are saying things about Jagi Vasudev, he is still alive, you can be. But when they are making so much videos about Osho, what is the point? While Osho was alive, the whole world was against him. Now even if you say something against him, what difference it makes? He himself loved controversy so much. You can say anything. It is just, you are just wasting your time.
That also the way to get the attention.
Yeah.
Saying against him.
They know that he is a famous person, so they will get so much views. That is showing their sickness. So should we go into meditation now? One thing I forgot, just remembered now. And he was talking that Osho says that the ultimate thing is samadhi. So he was saying, the boy was saying that when you take some drug, Osho has said that it gives you the glimpse of samadhi. So scientists have studied that when you take these drugs, it what will be the English for chhed-chhad? It does some kind of something in your brain, which is like some kind of, in a way, violent kind of things. And some chemical change happens in your brain. And that is what happens when a person is in samadhi also. First thing is that whatever came, he was saying that when the experience when you are in that meditative space, the same kind of chemical change happens in your brain, which happens when you take the drug. So the real thing when you are in meditative space is not the chemical change that happens inside your brain. That is something which can be observed, which can be read, which can be caught by some scientific equipment. But that is not samadhi. The samadhi is experiencing the experiencer. How this scientific equipment will know the experiencer? Only experiencer will know that. Not any. You can detect those chemical changes that is happening in your brain, but that is not the real thing. Chemical changes can be induced from outside. You can give some pill once you have discovered what pill can bring that chemical change, but that will not make you enlightened. That is all just very mechanical. And where they have studied a person who has reached to samadhi. You may have studied some people who are little silent or some little bit of meditative type of people. And he was saying that OSHO says that in samadhi you are in anand, which is unbroken, which is. So whenever they will use this word anand, they think it is very heavy dose of happiness. Anand has nothing to, bliss has nothing to do with happiness. Bliss is a totally different thing. Bliss is the byproduct of being conscious. When you are conscious, you are at the same time blissful also. That is when you are established in your nature, you are blissful. Bliss is your very nature. Bliss is not that you are always very happy, you are all the time like Juhi Chawla, you are showing your teeth like any Hollywood, Bollywood star. This is not bliss. Bliss is being in your own nature. If you have even 50% of the hunger which you have for money and position and worldly things for meditation, then you will start your inner journey with greater speed. Though all these words are bogus because you have to reach nowhere, but you have to stop reaching anywhere.
I would like to say tonight is a breakthrough for myself.
What, you farted very loudly?
Just now when Swami was talking, the thing that struck me deepest, most hard was when you said that scriptures like those scriptures they are talking about outside thing is like it's nothing about the inner. It hits very hard into me, and I realized that because I always like very impressed with these scriptures and what, but when you said that, I realized that many things were happening inside for me when you said that.
You have to understand one thing. If there was no Abrahamic religion, there would not have been any Marx or Freud. They are the byproduct of Abrahamic religion. Christianity has suppressed sex so much. Because of that, Freud is born. If it was a natural religion, then there was no possibility for any Freud. And Jesus is talking about the poor man. It is it is impossible for the rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. Even a camel can pass through the eyes of the needle. But it is all impossible for the rich man to enter into the kingdom of God. Though OSHO has, because OSHO can change, he is a master of changing things. He has changed it. By poor man, he means a humble man or a man who is egoless. These are all just because he has to speak amongst Christians. That is what I was saying at that time, the last thing which he said. He said that Osho says one thing today, tomorrow he will say something else. But he said that when I read something in the Rajni's Bible, then it became clear to me that why he has spoken on all these religions. Why he talked so much on all these scriptures. He has spoken so much on Jesus, on Krishna, on Buddha. Then he quoted Osho from Rajni's Bible, which I have said before also to some extent. He said that, Osho said that I was always an atheist and I have not moved a single inch from that position. I am still the same person. I don't know whether he said atheist or agnostic or not a believer, because he was reading Osho in Hindi. I don't know what Osho has originally said. I will have to see again or find somewhere. But Osho's meaning of the Hindi word for theist is astik. So when Osho says his meaning of astik is a better word than theist, is when you say yes to life, then you are a theist or you are an astik. So in that sense, Osho was the ultimate astik, ultimate theist. But theist, the very word theist is a wrong interpretation of astik. Theist means ones who believe in theos, God. God is not so important in Eastern religions. Asti means it is, something is. When you say life is, existence is, existence, the very word existence means is. If you say yes to life, then you are a theist. A better word is astik. So in that sense, Osho was the ultimate astik. Because for him, his fight against the old religion is that they were saying no to life. They were saying no to many of the things. Whatever you can enjoy, they were saying no to it. You cannot enjoy sex. You cannot enjoy good food. So they were for renunciation. Osho's religion is that of celebrant. He believes in celebrating everything. But he said that I was an whatever atheist, even if he used the word atheist. That means he doesn't believe in any God. That is definite that Osho was not a believer from the very beginning. And one should not believe. Why one should believe? You don't have to believe in sun or moon. Either you know it or you don't know it. So he said, but then communication was totally impossible. I wanted to convey my inner state with other people, but if they had labeled me as an atheist, so they will just avoid me, they will run away from me. I was like for them a plague or pariah. So if they will just escape from me, I cannot communicate anything with them because once they came to know that I am an atheist, all communication stopped. So he said that, and I found a new way. I started speaking on their religion, their scriptures, though I hate this word religion. He translated religion into dharma. But Osho can never hate dharma because dharma is a very totally different thing. Dharma means your inner nature. So how can he hate that? Organized religion he was hating, he must have been hating because they are so corrupted. So he said that I wanted to go to speak with Christian people in their churches, but their door was closed, and that was happening with all these organized religions. So then he found a way out. He just started speaking good things about them. He said that it is very easy, you can just change the meaning. The same word, whatever Jesus was saying or Krishna was saying, you have to just change the meaning. Little bit you change the meaning. The gun I was using was theirs, but the bullet I can use my own bullet. So in this way, I found the way. And then when I spoke on Jesus, they said, what you are speaking is so deep. No one has spoken like that on Jesus. And he said, I was all the time, I laughed so much inside that I am speaking the same thing, just I have started using a new method. So he said that I have laughed so much inside. You have never seen me laughing, but I am laughing all the time inside. So I will be telling all the jokes, but you have never seen me laughing. But I have been always laughing, that it is so easy to befool these people. So then, when he says all those things, it doesn't mean that he is rejecting Buddha, Krishna at 100%. He never rejected them totally. He may be saying, because whatever you take as a belief, that is not helping you at all to grow. You have put Krishna or Buddha in the temples and you are just praying to them. And there may be many, many things which are not at all of any use to the modern man. So you have to reject all those things. If something is not helping you to grow, whether Krishna has said or Buddha has said or Jesus or Lao Tzu, anyone or even Osho, you have to develop your inner state to such an extent. What helps you is for you. What is not helping you, you don't have to follow that path. And if he is saying that I was an atheist, there is other, and now here this man has believed totally Osho that is his inner state. But Osho is all the time playing game. He is more interested in those people who are like non-believers. He is more interested in rich people. Because no one is helping them to grow. So he said that all your saints, all your sages, all your enlightened people so far, they were taking care of the poor. At least allow me to take care of the rich people. So he want to help those who try to use science in spirituality also, and they are more logical, rational. They are more they are not people who believe in heart. They are those who believe more in their head. So anything which is not logical, they will reject. But Osho has also said that in the beginning I taught you trust in my first phase. And when he came to America, he said, now I am teaching you doubt. Only when you have both the wings, you can fly. So, but first thing he taught was trust. Because at least if you become open to him, if you become receptive to him, if you trust him, only then you can at least become open to what he wants to say, what is his new contribution to in the realm of consciousness. But that doesn't mean that no, Krishna, Buddha, they were not enlightened. They may, to some extent, may have become outdated also. Not necessarily, because so many stories have collected around Krishna, and they may be just irrelevant and not. So you have to, if you just go on believing in those things, and it is said that Buddha gave so many rules that you cannot even remember them, then it is creating new bondage. But whatever he gave, maybe that was needed at that time. And if you believe that only Osho is right, that is also fanaticism. He can be the right person for the modern man, but tomorrow someone else may come who can be even better for the modern man. So one has to remain open. If you are just a believer, if you are fanatic, that, and if he is saying something today and he is rejecting it tomorrow, so why one has to be so serious about his words? He is just telling you that as long as you just go on believing, you will remain confused. You have to find your own truth, be your own light. Otherwise, you will always remain confused. Otherwise, anyone can confuse you. Otherwise, anyone can create doubt in you. Is it clear?